Hey y'all, it is Askia the Fumbling Farmer here, out doing a video. I haven't done a video in a couple of weeks. It's been the beginning of the school year and it's been hot. So here we are. Let's get started. The side of the house for today, just because these little allium, ornamental alliums are blooming. And this little dahlia thing over here is blooming. And the roses we had a rainstorm. So the roses had been blooming and they went all out. This is this hot mess. It's such a mess, y'all. My watermelon never took off down there. I mean, there's like little stuff, but it always goes like that and then it shrivels up. And these are just like the old extra pepper plants I had, and I put them in here and they haven't really done anything either. And there's tons of, oh, that's my poor little peach tree that something has found delicious. And the cosmos are on their way out. And then I planted some extra tomatoes that I had. I just put those those plants in here, and they're not doing great. I think I didn't fertilize this bed enough is what happened. And then these are supposed to be the cucamelons, and they also are just kind of underwhelming. And the poor hydrangea back there just gets hidden by everything. All right, let's go back here. So here we are in the backyard. Nyla's garden got knocked over, but she likes how the zinnias are knocked over, but they're still blossoming and blooming. So I was like, yeah, you get knocked over, you still blossom and bloom. Oops, sorry, I lopsided you. All right, so if you can see, these are the daytail peppers. They took a long time, but there are so many peppers on this plant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another one back there, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And that's just this plant. Then you go to the plant in the back and there's like a ton more. So this one took a while to get going, but once it got going, boy, it was going. So that's what they look like when they are ripe or ready to harvest, and they are super duper hot. I let one of my coworker friends try it. I brought it in for her and she took a bite at the little end and she's like, this tastes really good. And she said it had like a nice kind of fruity flavor to it, almost sweet. And then she swallowed it and she was like, oh, there's the heat. And then she kept eating it and her nose was running. And she is someone who loves the heat and can handle the heat. And she was just blowing her nose. And so I know that thing is hot. My daughter, who does heat too, says it's hot as well. Anyway, next to that, we have the poblanos. So these are more daytails there. But then we have the poblanos next to it. I just picked a couple of big Jim chilies off of the pepper plants, but there are plenty more big Jim chilies. And then the jalapenos, I did that big harvest to make the cowboy candy, and there are plenty more coming up on all the plants. This one is actually quite ripe and ready to be picked. So I got to figure out, and it's still making more flowers and everything too. So that's good. Lots of them on all of these plants. All right, then we come out here to this monstrosity. This whole thing right here, that's all over what was the cucumber trellis. These are all sun gold tomatoes. And I can just come out every day and pick enough to throw into a salad. I just cut them in half and throw them into a salad. And they are still just growing all over the place. So all the way down here, bunches and bunches of them. So yum, that's good. There's a Black Beauty tomato up here. It looks like a bug caterpillar got to it. So that's that. Let's see what else we got going on here. Here's some more Black Beauties, it looks like. Coming up. I have to try to catch the bugs. Okay, let's keep going. Brad's Atomic Grape Tomato. There. This is a Sarole but it was like really funky when it started forming, and it's really funky now. So I don't know. There's Alice's, no, apricot zebra back here. It's not ripe yet. I just picked, oh, how are you looking at me again? I think the tomato turned it around to look at me. Hey y'all, let me turn you back. These are the Sunray tomatoes. I just picked one. I'll show you a picture. I picked the Sunray tomatoes and a bunch of other stuff the other day. What else is going on? It's a bit of a jungly mess if you look in the middle. Like some stuff is falling over. It's leaning across each other. So definitely end of the season mess. Here's Brad's atomic grape tomato. And I don't know what's going on in there. In the middle, we still have some basil, and the marigolds are going crazy down the middle here. You can see them all along, and more basil here. That's my Thai basil. I have to pick off the tops of it every once in a while. Just come along and pick off the little flowers. And it smells so good. And it really is. It smells so good. Oh my goodness. And just getting in here and just picking these off so that it'll keep growing. Because if it goes all the way to flat to seed, then it'll be like, okay, job's done. Nothing else to do here. And I want it to keep on going. And maybe if some of these do have a little seed on them, maybe they'll just reseed themselves in the ground there, which would be nice. All right, and then that crazy marigold plant right there. Okay, that's that. Let's keep on going over into the garden proper. I kind of give you a little overview. Stuff is kind of looking end of season-y, which makes sense. We have here 2 more jalapeno plants in this one pot. And you can see lots of jalapenos forming. So these ones are kind of fat looking. And I don't think these black spots are anything bad. They've gotten them before and I've cut them and used them and it was fine. So lots of jalapenos. This is the mystery plant. It was supposed to be dill. It's clearly not dill, but I don't know clearly what it is. This is my feverfew. It's blossoming for a second time now, so that's kind of nice. This is where I had just kind of earlier on randomly planted stuff. Now my problem is I don't know what is stuff I planted and what is weeds. I think this is stuff I planted. These look like beets. These, I don't know. This looks like grass. This looks like this, but I don't know if it's a weed or not. So anyway, I brought my seeds out. The 3 things I planted in there, the bunching onions, the golden beets, and some lettuce. And after I'm done with the video, I'm going to come and loosen up the soil a little bit and pull up the stuff I know is grass. Oh, look at this little buddy. That's what they do. They come here and just chill out. Hey, honey. Anywho, and then I'm going to try to replant it. It's supposed to rain the next few days, so yeah. All right, this here is my eggplants. I think I had harvested most of the ones off of this one, but this one still has this forming. Did I see another one somewhere here? Oh yeah, and this one here. So this has 2 eggplants on it. These marigolds I went and cut way back because they were just falling all over the place and they were crazy. There's a little eggplant back there forming. But I think the eggplants are on their way out. They're really yellowing. Oh, there's another eggplant back there. Yellowing leaves, and the leaves are kind of falling off. So I am gonna add some fertilizer just to see what happens. And yeah. All right, here's crazy marigolds. Like the marigolds went bananas and took this all over. But inside of it, there is like a zucchini plant here. And there's another zucchini plant here. There's also some basil down here. There's a zucchini plant here. I'm just looking inside to see if anything's going on in there. No. Female flowers, but nothing male yet. There's a zucchini. Oh no, this is the pumpkin plant. So I want y'all to see where the pumpkin plant starts. Way back there in that very far corner, the pumpkin plant starts. Then it comes across this bed here. It goes across that way. It branches off at this point. One branch goes into this bed in the middle here, and it's going across. And then one branch comes down this way and into this bed I'm at right now. So that's kind of crazy. But I'm just letting it do its thing. This is another zucchini plant here. So we got a zucchini plant there. This is some more basil I had planted. So there's basil growing all in that bed. It looks like it's about time to harvest it. Some of that too. Okay. And then, like I said, crazy freaking marigolds. My lemon balm's looking a little bit rough. It got hot out here and it was not happy with it. And then this bed, ooh, that's nice. I saw something I'll show y'all in a second. This is my peppers, sweet peppers. So I just come out here and pick them and put them in a salad whenever I feel like it. Or I just put a bunch in a bag and take them to work with me. So that's that. What else is going on here? You got anything happening, honey? Nope. Sorry, y'all are just in the bushes with me. This is an eggplant flower, which is pretty. And this is a huge plant. It starts like way over there. And 10 more eggplant stuff. There's an eggplant. These are long eggplants. Look at the little grasshopper. Hi, honey. So these are the long eggplants. The other ones were Black Beauty eggplants, which are the more traditional looking ones. I do have some poblanos back here too. And I don't know what that is. Okay. There's a squash plant, a yellow squash plant back there. I got one yellow squash off of it so far. I don't see anything more happening right now. And then more eggplant, more pepper, and then look, y'all. Did y'all get a little glimpse there? My first okra flower. Isn't it beautiful? So pretty. All right, and there's more. You can see more little buds here and one down there. So that's my first okra flower. There's more okra plants in here. Oh yeah. So over here is another okra plant with buds on it. And then there's a smaller one down here. This one kind of got covered out by the, by the other plants that are in this bed. So let me show you. This bed is kind of a crazy one. It was like a last minute, not really planned one. Just put the plants I have in it. So it has like the cosmos. Then it has eggplants, a bunch of eggplants in it. And then it has a bunch of pepper plants in it. Then it has the squash over there in the corner. And then it has a couple of okra plants growing up. So a wee bit crazy in there. Okay. Over here are my blueberries. I think when it gets a little bit cooler, I'm going to cut that thing off that's growing way up. I'm going to just cut that off and kind of create more of that bushy form to it. These two growths right here that I have kind of the green stems are new growths from this season. So I'm trying to make it all the same size sort of. This here, this one's looking okay. I think it's looking okay. And this one here, I wasn't sure what this was. There was something just growing in it. And I was like, is that part of the blueberry plant? What is that? But this turns out to be some kind of weed. But then it looked like it was going to have flowers on it. And so I said, well, let me leave it and see what happens. And maybe the bees will like it. And I'll pull it out at the end of the season and just let the blueberry have its pop back again. Okay, where are we going to go from here? It's hard to figure out how to get through. Okay, let's keep on going. We'll go back to the beginning and down the little main path thing. Oh, I guess we'll go here. So these are the tomato plants that I had extra from. So I just put them in these little 7-gallon buckets with compost and let them grow up this side of the trellis. I wasn't even planning to plant anything on this side of the trellis because I couldn't figure out. It's like right next to the tree and there's tons of roots. So I didn't know how to kind of make this work, but this actually works. And I think I'm going to keep this idea here. So these are growing okay. They're a little bit wild. They're starting to get flowers on them. So that's nice. What do I have here? This is the apricot zebra, the first one. I have the sorole. I have a sunray. The sunray is getting a little folly ovary. Here, honey, stick yourself in there and hold on, okay? Hold on for dear life. Okay, good. You can climb up there. It'll help support you. Everybody needs a little support. Okay, then there's a black beauty, and there is a, oh Lord, what are you? Brad's atomic grape. I just saw a caterpillar. These are the dudes. This year I'm not really getting tomato hornworms as much. I had a couple, but not as much. But this year I got these things. So I just come out here once in a while. You'd think they'd be easy to find because they're black on green, but they're actually not that easy to find. So I come out here looking for them every once in a while, but that's probably what ate that black beauty tomato from the other side. Okay, let's go over here. This is a cucumber. When you look down here, it looks very sad and spindly, but then as you go up, it kind of looks a little better. I still have yet to get a cucumber off this plant. It's supposed to be a lemon cucumber. And I think there's lots of bugs on this plant. So I really need to come out here with my bug vacuum and clean it off. So it is struggling because the bugs will bring like diseases and stuff like that. That'll knock the plant out. But it's spreading and it's going over there. It has tons of buds on it. I don't see any females though. I just see male flowers everywhere. So I don't know. Anywho, down at the base here, we have the anise hyssop that I had planted. The bees loved it, and it looks like it's ready to go to seed now, or going to seed. I have a zucchini plant here. This is one of the ones I planted earlier in the season, and it did kind of make it. It looks rough around the base, but the leaves still look good. And I haven't gotten a zucchini off of it yet, but hopefully that one will do something. All right, now in here also, there's some bell peppers and some more of those Pippin's Golden Honey Peppers, the purple ones from the other side. The peppers are looking a little raggedy. Like this one looks rough, something's eating it. There's a bell pepper and some more of the purple ones. All right, and then here are two more these are cucumber plants. These are Marketmore cucumbers. They're the long ones. Mosquitoes are tearing me up, y'all. These are the long ones, and the same thing for these ones. They look really raggedy and really bad going up, but then when you get higher, the new growth is looking a little bit better. Not that much better, really, honestly. But there it is. I got one really nice long cucumber. It was in that picture I posted earlier with the tomatoes. Here, I'll post it again. Yeah, so one long cucumber with these, but I don't know if there's going to be too many others. My cucumbers I planted in the spring, the pickling cucumbers did really well. Look at all that mold growing on that flower. Wah wah. This is the pumpkin plant. There had been a, oh, there's a bee in there. I love looking at bee butts and flowers. Hey, honey, how are you? I'm just peeking at you. I'll give you your privacy, though. He's mad at me. He said, mind your business. Anyway, I don't know. I had seen a little pumpkin pod thingy on here, but I don't know where it is now. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, so in this bed, we got some carrots. If you want to pull it up and look at, you want to pull up a carrot with me? It's going to be small. It always happens like this. It goes like this, and you're like, ooh, that's going to be a big one. And then you pull it up, and womp womp. So that's fine. I'll come along and plant more carrots a little bit later too. This looks like a radish maybe. Huh. Anyway. Carrot. Want. All right, there's more zucchini plants in here. And then there's some, these are green beans. And there's some potatoes that just reseeded themselves. That's my amaranth over there. All right, let's keep going. Down this way. All right, so this was corn that I had green beans growing up of. I never got the corn, and then in the storm last night, it kind of knocked over the stems, so now the green bean plants are growing back down again, but it looks like there's some flowers on there. Maybe I'll get some green beans. This is the red, purple long bean, purple runner bean. Has these pretty flowers on them, but I have yet to get it to actually do anything in life. I got some thyme growing here and some chives. What else is growing along here? Just more green beans, and the amaranth is falling over everywhere. So it's pretty, adds a pretty pop of color. All right, let's keep going. All right, I got some dill to sprout. I don't know if I have enough time for it to actually grow, but it did sprout. And in here, I have, this is a weed. Let's go ahead and pull that up. Okay, more potatoes coming up. Oh, I have a plant on me. Hold on. Okay, there, get that plant off. I also have, look at, lots of dog hair on me because I went and said hi to the neighbor dog before I came. So shout out to Bowie. Okay, anyway, in here I have peas that I planted, and I'm trying to get them to do their thing. So a couple of those came up. I might come out and plant more. There's more potatoes that just sprouted themselves. And then I have also cilantro planted in here, just a ton of cilantro. I'm trying to get some of it to do something for me. All right, and this is the amaranth. And then I have, my mint is looking rough. I got to come here, and my oregano is looking rough. But look at these right here, y'all. These are my garlic chives. Oops, sorry. These are the garlic chives. And they're kind of in their blossoming state, getting so pretty. So I am just letting them flower right now. I don't know if I'm supposed to or not, but I am. All right, I just smacked myself with the carrot top. Okay, where are we going now? Oh, look, there is one bean. Purple runner bean. One bean. Anywho, let's keep on going through the path. This is like dangerous walking out here now. I don't know what's going on. All right, there's more squash plants here. There's the garlic chives again. They're so sweet and pretty. I really like them a lot, actually. They make me happy. Okay, so anyway, there's more squash plants growing here. They're just kind of dawdling along. I don't know. This is where the pumpkin starts. There's some green beans in there. There's another squash there. This is the Malabar spinach, y'all. It's a mess. It fell over in the storm again. I had propped it back up. There's more green beans here. There's some Swiss chard going on here, but I haven't really been taking care of it that well. So it kind of looks a little bit rough. What's this? This is the pumpkin plant. This is the Swiss chard. Let me just pick off some of the rough looking leaves and let it just focus on its good looking leaves. It is pretty. It has like this red part. There's some green bean plants in here. I gotta plant the green beans all close together because I can't find them. All right. There's another squash plant back there. Another green bean there. All right, so the Malabar spinach definitely needs more support than what I gave it, than this little trellis here. This was good for peas. It was not good for the spinach. I think I might plant this out in the front or on that side where I had all the random stuff in the watermelon planted, because it is really pretty. It makes a lot of greenery. The leaves are edible, but it also makes these cute, really sweet little purple flower buds that are all over, and they look really pretty. So that's kind of like a fall flowering plant, really. So I like that. All right, then we're back around to this end of the trellis. So the cucumbers are looking kind of messy. Messy. This tomato plant is pretty much done. These ones, this was my accidental tomato plants. They're pretty much done, but they still have some stuff ripening on there that I can pick off. Those little purple flowers blooming. Okay, let's go up onto the deck now. The sun's coming out. We're gonna have to go in soon. It was the first week of school, and there was a heat advisory for like 3 of the days. And so, yeah, it was hot. All right, here we are on the porch. Let's switch you over. First of all, look at, I don't know if they've been pollinated or not. Like, I think some of them, I think that one's not good. But I'm hoping some of these little lemon flowers that fell off, I'm hoping some of them got pollinated and that they'll turn into lemons. So that's the lemon tree. The parsley actually finally came up. I planted a bunch of them in a bunch of different places, so I do have to go in and kind of thin some out here and there. So I'll kind of look for the best ones and thin out the ones around them and give them a little more space to grow. So I'll come back and do that. This is supposed to be heal all, but I don't know what it's doing in there right now. I think this is marjoram, and orange yellow thyme down there is doing fine. And then here are my seed starts that are doing a little crazy. I planted a whole bunch, and I do have to go out and thin these too. So this is spinach. I think the spinach will do fine just how it is. There's 3 plants in there. These are all, what are these? Cauliflower. So these are cauliflower. So I am going to go in and thin these out a little bit. This over here is broccoli. This over here are Brussels sprouts. And this is kale. Look at that. The kale is already, the kale is already kaling. You can tell it's kale. So I do have to go and thin these out as well. So that's that. This hibiscus plant was blossoming. It's got a couple more, but it was flowering. It was really pretty. What else? This is some more thyme. All this stuff. My lychee plant is looking pretty good. Something got a little bit hungry maybe. But otherwise, I think it's looking good. I'm happy with the growth it made this summer. This is the ginger is gingering, and then the random eggplant here. And this is my ornamental sweet potato plant that someone gave me. It's doing pretty good. So overall, not too bad, not too shabby for an end of the season. I think I feel good about where my starts are, because last year I got started too late. So I think I feel good about where my starts are for the fall garden. I am going to go sprinkle some seeds in there now that the soil is wet. We had a big storm yesterday. And I have to fertilize sometime this weekend, but I don't think it's going to be today. So, anywho, thank you for walking around my garden with me. Let me know if you have any comments or questions or anything, suggestions. I'm very open to suggestions. And I hope y'all have a great day. Happy gardening, y'all.